Hey, how y'all doing? So like I looked up and there's a whole bunch of you there, but only barely because the black squares with names on them don't feel so darn personal, do they? One of the things I'm going to be doing in a few minutes is asking y'all to sort of like chime in. I'll call on you one at a time, and you could do something like say, "What your name is," and something fun that you did last week, or within, I should say, the last week. That seems like a good sort of question to sort of like allow us to get to know each other better in this freaking virtual environment. Okay, 10 after. Hey, I can start. It's 10 after. Hi, my name's Steve. How y'all doing?
Hey.
We got a 1. So yeah, what I like to do in these virtual type class things is to encourage you all, if possible, to have your camera on for me. And it's all about me, not any of you. The reason that that's good for me, and maybe I could justify that to you, but the reason it's good is if I see a bunch of people nodding along, like, okay, I'm tracking, I'm following them, etc. I have a different feeling and thought about what's going on than if you're giving me approximately this face. Because if you're giving me that face, what I'm spotting is a lack of understanding. And it's maybe the sort of thing where if you raise your frickin' virtual hand or just unmute and interrupt me, I don't care. If I do get bothered by something, like if you interrupt me like 12 times in 5 minutes, maybe I'll do something about that. But basically, when I've got a good lecture buzz going, I don't really follow the chat. Furthermore, I don't really see what's going on with all of you, but I can glance at a few of you from time to time just to see if you're all tracking. And certainly my own ability to guesstimate how well you're tracking with the material is probably imprecise at best, and it might be biased. Notice how I did those stat buzzwords, weave them right in there. What it boils down to is if you ask questions or wave your hand around, or if you put something in the chat and someone else voices your opinion or thoughts, that helps me keep you on target better. Okay. Now, I think it's in the middle of recording. One thing I wanted to do, because there's always someone who says, oh, I've got a wedding next Friday, which actually I've already had happen. And, oh, yeah, I'm in the hospital because of some sort of they told me what it was and it made sense to me. It's the sort of thing that they give you epinephrine for, like anaphylaxis, right? So I thought, okay, yeah, these things happen. And because they do happen, I want to just record these. I will put the video available to all people in Canvas in this class in such a way that y'all can't download it, but you can watch it as often as you want. One other thing I like to do for a class like this one is take the videos and later, if there's one explanation that worked out pretty darn well, or if there's a part of it that may help some students, is I like to put it on a YouTube playlist. And when I do that, I always ask you, well, at least once during the term, if it would bother you to have your image shown to a future student in a 313 class, just let me know. And I can make a note of who doesn't want to be included in any way, shape, or form. And I can make sure that that doesn't happen. So I can black you out if you want to be blacked out, or I could sort of like cross off just your name if your name were to appear somewhere because you had a question at just the right time. So you could remain anonymous, but basically you're not anonymous to the other people in this section right now because you're looking around the room and seeing each other. I'm not actually looking around the room at you seeing each other, but I'm assuming you would do that if we were in a real room. Okay, what I'd love to do is to just start with a quick introduction of me And then sort of I'm going to go down the room and I'm going to call you in alphabetical order according to the way you appear on my screen. And that may not be the order that you appear on the thing in front of you. So you can't really count on knowing exactly when you'll be called on, other than if you open up the participants window and you watch where we're at approximately, you can sort of say, okay, I know I'm coming up. And then I'm going to try and hit the please unmute button. So that way it'll be a good reminder to you to unmute while you're answering the following quick and easy questions. Hey, tell me your name, because I will undoubtedly get some of them wrong. Or if you prefer to be called something else, let me know that. Like I got a kid named Christopher who prefers to be called Christopher, actually, instead of Chris. So, he would say, Christopher, please. And then, so one question, what's your name? Hey. 2, physically, where are you? Like right now. Now, for some of you, you'd say San Luis Obispo. That's fine. I will have something to say to the San Luis official people later, but a different comment for those who are not in San Luis Obispo. And then third, what is the fun thing that you did in the last week? And damn it, 2 weeks ago, I did some really, really fun stuff, but because I asked about just the last week, I can't tell you those things unless you come to office hours and ask. Okay, my name's Steve Rain. If you want to call me some official title, Dr. Rain is pretty common. Professor Rain works for me too. If you call me Mr. Rain in this classroom context, I won't mind, but it is pretty funny for me. And I want to toss out there as a bit of advice to those of you who are willing to take advice. If you call a faculty member who has a PhD or who is a professor by title, if you call them Mr., Ms., or Mrs., sometimes they get weirdly pissed off. I wouldn't be bothered, but I know some people who do, so you've been warned. So name, good. Oh, physically, I'm in Los Osos, California, which most of you might have heard of. If you haven't, you go to Poly, you head out towards Morro Bay, go south to the south end of Morro Bay, the actual bay. That's where I'm at. If you know the geography of Morro Bay, you know where Shark Inlet is? Like right near there, okay? And something fun for me in the last week is that one of my kids told me, you need to watch, and then they told me the name of a show, and then I've been watching it. I'm halfway through because, I'll binge TV. And it's really good. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. Now, I will not say that you will like it, but if you like comedies about vampires, you might want to give it a try. If you don't like comedies about vampires or don't subscribe to Hulu, well, too bad. You won't be in the category of watching it in the near future. Okay, so now's time for me to try and butcher someone's name. Akil, could you let us know name, because I probably screwed it up, 2, where you're physically at, and 3, something that you did good in the last week.
Hi, you said my name perfect. It's Akil. Hi, my name's Akil. I'm in Fremont right now, back home. And something I did fun in the past week was honestly nothing, because finals just got done. So I've just been like chilling, watching Netflix. So yeah,
Well,
that's about
tell
it.
me a show that wasn't, well, crappy then.
I've been catching up on Black Mirror, if anyone's been doing that either.
So are you in fish almost with the current season?
I think I'm done, yeah. Like just
Okay.
got done with it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Alexandra, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alexandra, or Alex for short. I'm currently staying at Carrizo Plains for the summer. And something exciting I've done last week. I finally tried this Japanese restaurant in SLO when I was visiting over the weekend. It's called Goshi. Really good place.
Nice. Yeah. And what would you recommend we order if we were to go there?
Well, I ordered this bento box, had like tempura and teriyaki salmon. That combination for me is really good.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you. Anthony?
Hi, my name's Anthony. I'm currently in LA, and fun thing I did last week was go to Arizona with my friends.
You know it's hot in Arizona, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I expected. I'm
Okay.
pretty used to it.
Okay, so that could be in the good category.
Yeah.
How about Blair?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sick. Hi, yeah, I'm Blair. I'm currently in Cal Poly right now, or San Luis Obispo, because I'm also taking other classes on campus. And something fun that I did last week, uh, I made my friends visit me, and we went like downtown and slow, and it was pretty fun. So
Nice. Brenna.
Hi, I'm Brenna. I am currently in the Bay Area. I'm in Pacifica. It's a little beach town by Half Moon Bay. And something fun I did last week was it was my roommate's birthday. So we went to a escape room in Slow, which I thought was really fun.
Nice. Now, I wouldn't call Pacifica in the Bay Area so much as way north of Santa Cruz, but you know what I mean? It's like
Oh,
out 92.
Well, it's 30
but
minutes 30 minutes south of San Francisco.
oh, I know, but it doesn't feel at all like the Bay Area to me. That's what I'm
So it is
trying to
very
emphasize.
beachy. Yeah.
Yeah, and cold. How about
Yes.
Brianna?
Hello, my name is Brianna, and I'm currently in Slow at my house. And then something fun I did this week was I started the first day of my internship today. So that was fun.
Internship often means work. Is it on campus?
No, it's I'm interning with the deputy city manager in City Hall, so in Slow.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what's his name? Isn't that Mike or something?
No, his name's Greg.
Oh, I don't know him then. Okay, sorry. How about Carolyn? Or Caroline, I apologize. I've got a kid named Caroline and I always screw it up and I shouldn't. Caroline.
No worries. Yeah, Caroline is best. Yeah, my name's Caroline. I'm up in Marin County right now. And something fun I did last week was I went surfing for the first time in like a couple months. And so that was nice.
Nice. And that is, okay, up in Marin County or down here?
Up in Marin County, like Bolinas. That's where I
Okay.
went, near Stinson Beach.
Pretty reasonable, except for well, okay, wetsuit. I hope you had one.
I did have one, but yeah.
Good.
so
That helps.
Thank you.
Yeah. Durag?
Hi, my name's Dara.
Dara.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm currently in Slow, and something fun I did is I adopted a baby kitten a few days ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I would be sneezing right now because I'm highly allergic to cats, but otherwise, they're wonderful. And kittens are so cute.
Yeah.
How about Diana?
Hi, my name is Diana. I'm currently in Slow, also taking some classes on campus. And something fun I did this last week was went to the You Pick Lavender Farms with my friend. It's up in Hambly. I think it's San Miguel, but I'm not sure.
Mhm. Yeah, if you want to pick more, I've got some in my front yard that needs to be trimmed back. So just let me know. Elijah?
Yeah, hi. My name is Elijah. I'm in San Clemente right now, California. And something fun I did last week was, I guess, just climb and surf and stuff and just hang out with my friends from back home.
That works. How about Emilio?
Hi, my name is Amaleo.
Amaleo.
I'm in San Luis Obispo, and something fun I did last week was start a new internship.
On campus?
Off campus in Morro Bay.
Okay, because I was about to ask if you're working for the city manager in San Luis or something, but How about Evan? Yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes it takes a little while to get to that unmute button because you're across the room or something like that.
Oh. I'm sorry, I totally thought I clicked it. That's my bad.
No, I was just trying to be graceful in case you were napping.
No, thank you for reminding me. So I'm Evan, I'm in SLO, and last week I was in Utah visiting some family. Thought that was fun.
Well, yeah, family can be fun. Where in Utah?
Near the Provo area.
Okay, not too bad. And close enough to the scenic parts that it's a quick getaway.
Right, not in the desert part.
Yeah. How about Gabriel?
Hi, I'm Gabriel. I'm here in SLO right now, and last week I went surfing back home in Ventura with some buddies of mine.
So I've not surfed in Ventura ever, but where do you surf in Ventura?
I mean, there's a lot of good spots, but Surfers Knoll is my favorite.
Okay. I will tell Ken, or I'll ask my friend Ken who lives down there. How about Haley?
I'm Haley. I'm currently in Joshua Tree, and something fun that I did last week was I finished the Queen Charlotte Bridgerton spinoff series thing. It was really good.
Mhm.
Big fan.
I've not seen a single one of those.
It took me a while to get into, and I was kind of against it, but I think it's actually really good.
Yeah, I should ask my kid who does costumes for theater what she thinks about the costumes, because like she turns up her nose at things that I watch on TV. I think that's great, and she says those costumes are not period appropriate. So, and she like storms out, very snooty. How about Helene?
I'm Helene, but I just go by Lainey.
Lainey.
I'm currently in Golden, Colorado, at my grandparents' house. So that's something fun I've been doing, is hanging out with my grandparents before I go home next week.
So have you been to the Coors Brewery tour there?
Yeah, my grandparents actually live in the same neighborhood as the Coors family, so we go by their house all the time.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't been to the brewery because I'm not 21 yet, but
you can still go for the tour, and it's a good tour.
I don't feel like it's as fun that way, but I'm just kidding. But hopefully one day I will go.
I whether you go and don't do beer or go because they'll give you root beer and stuff at the end that they brew in house, but it's definitely a nice fun thing to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, how about Henry?
Yeah, my name's Henry. I'm currently in Pasadena right now, which is LA area. Something fun I did. I went up, I guess down to Cal Poly Pomona because my younger brother had his orientation there. So.
Yeah, how do you feel about Cal Poly Pomona?
Yeah, there's definitely some tension in the house now.
And with Humboldt, I don't know. I look up there. I drove through Arcata recently, and I saw the sign that said Cal Poly, and I thought, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be so rude. I apologize. Jackie?
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm currently in the Bay Area in Emerald Hills. And something fun I did this week was go for a hike.
Where?
I went in Edgewood Park. It's like this kind of nature preserve by my house.
Yeah, nice. Jamie?
I'm Jamie. I'm currently in Oregon, and this past weekend, I surprised my aunt for her birthday.
She didn't know it was her birthday?
Well, she didn't know it was there.
I know. Good. I try to be funny. Usually it fails. Okay, Kendall?
Hi, I'm Kendall. I'm in Atascadero. Something fun I did last week. I went to the Getty Villa in Los Angeles. I also just wanted to preface, I have a child, so if I look away from the camera or anything, I'm not distracted. I just have to check on her. So
How old?
she is 1. She'll be 14 months in 2 days.
Very much the age where you have to watch a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. My 4 kids survived to adulthood. So like I know a lot about what you're talking about.
For sure.
And it can be scary as heck.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Mary Carr?
Hi, I'm Mari Carr. I'm
Carr.
in San Francisco, and something fun I did recently was I went to the beach with my dog.
Nice. I took my dog to the beach once, and he went into the water and hated it. And so he's afraid of the beach now. He's a little tiny Bichon. I don't understand, but you know, he gets to do what he does. Nico?
Hello, my name is Nico. I'm currently in Croatia on my mom's island, and earlier today, I swam a marathon.
Nice. Swam in a marathon?
No, I swam a marathon.
Ah, got it. Okay, Ricky?
Yeah, so my name is Ricky. I'm still in slow. I'm on the hook for a 12-month lease anyway. But yeah, just working. And then last weekend, I took the time to drive down to visit my family down in LA for Father's Day and also for my grandma's birthday, which was really nice.
Yeah. So, Sean, how about you?
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm in slow right now, and this last week I was in Hawaii, and the spam musubi there was excellent.
Yeah, I muted myself for the wrong reason, but I got to try and deal with that hopefully soon. How about Tina?
Hi, I'm Tina. I'm from Hollister. It's kind of like a small town near, not really the Bay. And something fun I've been doing, I've been picking like apricots off our trees last week, and I'm still doing it. Like, we have a lot of trees in our backyard, so that's what I've been doing.
So I think I just heard you say that for fun, you are picking fruits, and you've been doing that for a whole week.
Not really. I guess it is fun. My parents were just like, you should go do that, because I told them I was bored. And it's actually kind of fun because, you know, I can like tan too while I'm doing it.
Got it. Never tell parents, and Kendall, write this down for the future. Never tell parents, hey, I'm bored, because, you know, parents will come up with something for you to do, as you now know. Zachary? It looks like you did unmute, but I'm not hearing nothing. I'm still not hearing nothing. I guess double negative, you know what I meant. Cammie, did I call on you earlier?
No, my call disconnected like 2 names before, so, and I just got back to my apartment. So, hi, I'm Cammie. I'll be a 4th year in the fall, and my best friends came to SLO for a couple days, and then we drove down to San Diego in La Jolla, I guess specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was the fun thing I did. And then we're gonna have chicken and waffles tomorrow for dinner.
Well, I'll put that more in the fun category than driving through Los Angeles, but whatever. Some people prefer the drive.
I drove
Zachary,
through the night. There was no traffic.
okay, yeah. Even so, it's like still 6 hours, right? Like 5.5.
4.
Oh, you speed. But that's okay.
No,
I don't judge.
No, it's 4 hours and 20 minutes going speed limit.
Here to La Jolla?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I have an opinion about speeding, and I don't know that my opinion about speeding agrees with yours, because I've never made it past about the Orange County line in less than 4 hours. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm coming from Los Osos. That could make a difference, half an hour. Anyway, Zachary, last call?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I sent something in the chat, but my name is Zach. I'm currently in the Bay Area, and I spent the weekend in Malibu with some friends from Pepperdine.
That can be a good thing. I drive through there every so often, and I remember because I went to UCLA and grew up in Santa Barbara, and so like there's one particular album that I always listen to for some reason driving through Malibu. I don't know why, and none of you would know it because it's very much mid 80s, and not even the good part of the mid 80s music. It was like the really bad part of the mid 80s. Anyway, what I wanted to do is share a screen. So I'm going to grab a desktop and share the whole thing. And in this desktop here, I wanted to sort of, well, look in a browser, and 13 of you have filled out a form so far saying, hey, when are you free, blah, blah, blah. Really, the thing is, some of you are like, no, I don't want to interact with others. And that's okay. That's your call. Others of you are very much of the sort where you are saying, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sociable, or I understand that learning often is helped by me interacting with others. And so, yeah, sure, yeah, go ahead. But don't, if someone's not willing to share their information, you know, I'm not willing to share with them. I'll deal with that later and get the right list out to the right students. Sure, you know, I'll provide an email address for you to share, or maybe a phone number for texting. Some people are really uncomfortable with their email going out, but cool with a text number, and other people the other way around. Some people are like, yeah, sure, whatever. Then, because I like your Cal Poly email address to be a way that I will sort you alphabetically, rather than, because some of you would put a Gmail address or some other email address in there right up top. I'm just going to say Cal Poly email address. What's your phone number if you're willing to be reached via texting, and time slots that might work for you. And I should have probably, instead of 3 to 6, I probably should have adjusted these two middle time slots a little bit. Basically early, like lunchtime, early afternoon, basically think later afternoon. And then some of you are night owls, some of you are morning people. You can tell me which you are. And here's why I asked you where you're at, because some of you are saying, you know what, I'm absolutely wanting to interact with others on a regular basis as we work on homework problems together, as we work through the asynchronous lab activities together. Because, you know, if I'm working with another human, I get more out of it. And those in town are going to be able to say, yeah, I can do that. And if you want to, maybe some of you are like, but only if on campus, because I'm only on campus during the day, during that, you know, 3 to 6 p.m. or the time slot that you prefer, or time slots you prefer. You might say, yeah, only on campus. Or some of you are like flexible and could say, I might be willing to go anywhere, but frankly, I might prefer to be at, and then you could list off a cafe if you're interacting with someone and you can agree with them on a place. That's cool too. Some of you are in the category not even in San Luis. You might be in Croatia or something. By the way, I just checked the time zone difference because I've got a kid that lives in Egypt and Europe. Really pretty late, dude. And because of time zone differences and other things, like some of you are in Oregon or Joshua Tree, you're not going to really be in an in-person group. But those who prefer that, I think, should be allowed to work in person with each other. For those of you who aren't local for the summer, I've got a quick question, and that is because we're trying as an institution, Cal Poly is, and then in our department, we're trying to figure out which classes should be offered in which format during summer. And the CSU as a whole has been encouraged by the governor to have more virtual classes because they think it's a better deal for a lot of people. And that seems reasonable to me. And because Cal Poly has said, let's try and do this as many online classes as we reasonably can during the summer. I rolled the dice this term and said, you know, I think some students would want to take Stat 313 and might not very well be planning on being in San Luis, but would sign up for it if they simply had the class offered via online. How many of you are sort of approximately in that category? Like you would not have signed up if it had only been in person in SLO. Like raising the little blue hand or a thumb or that sort of thing is good. I'm seeing 2, 3, 4, 7. Well, that's 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'm going to say a little under half, but maybe, oh, there's another 8, maybe a third. So that's good information because if it comes down to offering classes in the summer in the future, courses which could be offered this way, I think we might be more inclined to do that virtual option. And especially if there are 2 sections of any course being offered in the summer term, one entirely synchronous in person and another entirely virtual, synchronous or asynchronous, it maybe doesn't matter so much, but that'd be good. So one thing I mentioned earlier, and I want to reemphasize it now as I drift into a different little window, it is we're recording. I'm recording live. And I know that some of you will be unable to be here, or if you're across the world, I had talked to someone who's in India this summer, and because that not able to really attend the live classes so easily. And then if you're sort of like approximately in Egypt time zone, it's the middle of the night, and that's not going to be good either. And so to make it possible for y'all, as well as to make it easier for people who have to miss something, I'm just going to be recording these. And when I get the information of, oh yeah, the class has been recorded, and because it's transcribed things, etc., and it's all done, I will just make that available to you in case you have to miss something. And even if you miss something that's small during a class, students in the past have said, you know what, I really like being able to rewind because I knew it was like about 20 minutes into class that you said something that I didn't quite get down and I didn't remember to ask during class, which by the way, you should always ask. But if you don't think of doing it right away and you want to go back and correct or fill in your notes or listen to an explanation of a particular method's philosophy one more time, literally the video has been quite helpful. And one thing I'm doing this term is noting that our Stat 313 is covering enough of the content in about the same way that Stat 513 does when I teach it, because we use the same book. I've got here a playlist on YouTube of what happened in winter 2021. And you can watch that collection of content, and it's going to match approximately we do, but there's going to be a little bit of difference from term to term because maybe in fall of 2020, yeah, versus winter of 2021, students had different questions, different things came up, or maybe the example I chose was a little bit different. So you'll probably find as we go through the material, there will be one thing that if you like to watch videos, I don't, but if you are tolerant of those, you might find something, for example, later this week. Damn it. So I will go back. I have yet to make that one available to you. Something this week. Yeah, we got that one going. I'm going to sort of note, okay, here are 2 individual videos from the past, which correspond to about what I intend to be covering in class tomorrow. Okay, and so because it's going to match what we're going to be doing in class tomorrow, some of you would say, hey, I want to watch this in advance. Okay, and if you do, great, doesn't matter to me. If you show up having watched this and have questions about it, just wait until we get to the right point in time in the lecture and you could raise the question. So these videos that are provided, I'm not expecting you'll use them, but enough students in the past have indicated that they found them beneficial that I'm just going to say, I'm still providing them. And if you find it good for you, wonderful. So in Canvas, there should be a link to that survey and a link to class, which if you're already here, you sort of figured that one out, but providing a direct link should be fine. On the syllabus itself, which I like to print things out, but if you save it in PDF form, you'll also have a live link there or a live link to office hours. And that's a collection of really pretty screwball times for office hours. Some of you might be wondering, why would you choose time slots like 25 minutes twice a day for 4 days a week and then one day 50 minutes? The reason is when students are taking other classes, you might be busy during one of those 2 time slots. You might have something going on 3 to 4. Okay, and if you do, well, shoot, there's going to be earlier in the day. Most likely, you'll have a time slot that works. Same thing for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Find a time that works for you. If you want, however, to talk to me outside of those pre-designated times when, in theory, I'm just hanging out in my literally living room kitchen. But if one of you's here, we chat. Also, you can make an appointment if you would like to do that via Calendly. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the main Zoom version of the class page. Okay, so down here under office hours towards the bottom, there's that Calendly link, and you can see if you wanted to make an appointment, for example, to talk tomorrow, you click there and say, oh, you pick 9, 9:15, or 9:30. Those are the 3 time slots that aren't already booked. Okay, and the way I've set it up, you have to request a time slot at least 90 minutes in advance of the time slot that you're requesting. So, for example, if you are wanting to request a 9:30 a.m. meeting, you'd have to do that before 8 a.m. on Tuesday or sometime today, and that's fine. The reason I like to do that is it gives me, I can look at my calendar and I'd say, oh, well, there's nothing going on for that hour, and I'll wander off for an hour and do other things if no one books any of those time slots. Okay, but if you do, I'll be here for you, or I'll screw it up, which is possible. But if I miss an appointment, it's not intentional. Send me a nasty email and I'll be sure to work something out with you quickly. If you want to look at the way I like to organize the course content week by week by week by week by week, I'd say, oh, look, 10 separate things to go with the 10 separate weeks of the term, but we're doing a double pace class. So week 1A, which is basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I've taught this class often enough that essentially across these 10 weeks, it's relatively pretty constant, and it follows the schedule that's listed in the syllabus on the back page. So let's go to there, back page. So you can see today, not much. And if we do have time for anything, it's going to be diving into the t-test, and we'll do that soon. Probably I'll bump that to tomorrow. And so this is a tentative schedule. And where we get to always by the end of the term is we get through chapter 11. Usually we get to one additional topic, but not always will that happen, and that's okay. Exams are on July 6th, but to be honest, it's going to be due by midnight on the 7th of July. Same thing for the 21st and 28th. When I put an exam online, you'll have 24 hours to do it, and that should be no problem. And when I say 24 hours to do it, I don't mean you can take a full 20 hours. I mean, you can take 50 minutes for each of the 2 exams, but any 50-minute chunk in the next 24 hours, okay? So you'll have time to work on it and time to prep for it, and all should be good. Someone always asks about how tough the exams are. Exam 1 and exam 2, they're 50-minute tests, and you'll have 50 minutes to do the test. That exam 3/final, that's 2 separate 50-minute tests, but you'll have 75 minutes each for those. And exam 3 corresponds to entirely just the last week of content, okay? And then the final exam is, again, content from the earlier 2 exams, which I wasn't able to test you on, but is important enough to be sure to be on a test somewhere. So we'll talk more about that at the end of the term, but basically think it's 3 hours to do a 2-hour test, and you get a break whenever you want for as long as you want. And you know that on one part of the exam, it's going to be just the recent stuff. And on the other part, it's stretched across the entire term's worth of content, but mostly the earlier 2 bits, what's on the earlier 2 midterms. Now, I've been yelling at you a lot. Any questions so far? Because when I said just ask questions, maybe I've missed them and you've been, having them in your mind, but hey, questions? Okay, I'm going to go with no as your answer. And let's quickly go through a couple other things on the syllabus. Here are suggestions. I mean, rules is a strong word, but things that if you keep track of these sorts of things in life and in this class, you'll do just fine. And read those over. Let me know if you have any questions about those in office hours or some other time. If you look towards the bottom of the first page, you can see 1/6 of the weight of the class, the total grade, is on labs, where pretty much if you work with your group members and if you turn it in, you get like 100%. Okay. Honestly, if everyone in your group screws up and you don't turn in something that's relatively complete, you might not get 100%, but that's so rare. I won't even mention. Oh, I just mentioned it. Homeworks about twice a week. I think do Wednesdays and Sundays, or I don't know. Maybe it's damn it. I should have put in the dates there. I think I wanted it to be due Wednesdays and Sundays, but it could be Thursdays and Mondays. It's somewhere listed, or if not, it will be soon. The 1-2 exams, exam 1 and 2. That final exam, which is twice as long, is a full third of your grade. Usually students get really good scores on the homework and almost perfect on the labs. Exam 1 and 2 are a little harder simply because it's a 50-minute test where you got exactly 50 minutes to do it. And so the scores tend to be a little bit lower because students feel pressed for time. I do that so that way students really are sure to focus on making sure they study to the best of their ability before those 2 tests. And when students do that, they end up understanding the material and doing better than if they had a lower weight, or if I told you it was going to be an easy test. I don't think they're super hard for me, but that's for me because I know this stuff, okay? For y'all, as you go through the material, you might find it a challenge to study for exam 1 or 2. Again, on the final exam, more time per question. Everyone is able to finish with no problem on the final exam. It's never been a problem. It never should be. Again, twice as much time per question, you should be able to get it done. I think I've answered a lot of questions. Oh, Diana got a question.
Yeah, maybe I misunderstood, but just to clarify, is the final, is there an exam 3, I guess I'm trying to say?
Okay, so yeah,
And a final?
the last test, yeah. Think about it as, oh, look, a 2-parter on just the most recent content, which is chapter 10 and 11, and maybe 8, 9. And then the quote final, the other part of the final exam. There's like, I'm telling you, a lot of it is just a certain batch of content. And then some of it is study across the rest of the material. So
Okay.
I should change the wording to make that clearer. Yeah.
Okay. And will that be separate time sections, or just like, can I take just exam 3 at one point and then the final?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's sort of like you could take one test and do 4 hours of additional studying before you take the other. And it doesn't matter which one you take first, which one you take second. It's more of a, you have 3 hours or 75 minutes times 2 worth of time to take the test. tests. And I don't care when you do it, but 2 separate exams, each of which is 75.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Now, I think that clarifies a few things, but maybe there are still other things that need to be clarified. Any additional questions?
I have a question not really related to the class.
Sure.
So you guys are like raising your hand in the corner. I haven't taken a class on Zoom before. I was just wondering how you did that.
Great question. So usually you can see down at the bottom, do you see where it says like mute, stop video, and participants?
Yeah.
One of those things should say reactions.
Okay.
And under reactions, there's like a thumbs up, or if you really love what I say, you can put a heart there. That's fine.
Okay.
Or the raise hand. And sometimes I ask students to use the green check or the red X as a yes or no. And so, or, if you leave that click that little coffee thing, it says, okay, I'm away, and shoot, I won't call on you because I know you're, not there.
Cool. That's super helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that is a lot of content of nothingness. And I will, hopefully, this is the most boring Stat 313 class this term. Yeah, really just going through the syllabus. I want to make sure I do that all the way through and thoroughly, because the students in this class come from a wide variety of majors and a wide variety of backgrounds. Some of you took your earlier stat class at a JC, some of you took it at a different institution. And so the degree to which you have seen material like we're starting with the t-test, it's all over the map. And so making sure that we're on the page and understand the syllabus is, in my opinion, worth spending time on. And if you got questions, additional questions about the syllabus, I'm available in office hours, or email is another good way to contact me. I probably should have made this a live link for you to email me, but can you remember SREIN? I hope so. So sending an email is another good way to contact me. And if you do have questions during the course of the night, I might not be up, but when I see it in the morning, when I get up, I might have time to answer questions. And so when I grab my email, I shouldn't say I grab it, when I glance at my email, I try and read all the questions from students during one little batch. And then I put them in priority order of how quickly can I answer it. The quickest to answer a question, I answer first. The second quickest to answer a question, I answer second. Third quickest, I answer third. And if it's the sort of email where I could look at it on my phone and type yes, right? Because you just wonder, is it this or is it that? Sometimes if I could just type yes, that's great. And so let me suggest that if you are writing something out on paper and take a picture of it and include that in your email, that could be super helpful. Or if you're working on a homework problem and you are not sure about how to interpret, a pair of words that are side by side, show me the whole homework problem. Because if I know the context that caused you to ask the question, I almost certainly can give you an answer super quickly, by comparison to if I have to go and then find the book and then look up chapter 4 and then find out what the question about melons is in chapter 4. That will take me a lot longer to do than if I can look at the question right there in your email. Okay. So including enough context in the email that I can give you a quick answer is always super helpful at getting a quicker answer. So I think that is a lot of stuff. I have nothing else to say, but I betcha there's at least 3 questions that I have not yet answered.
In terms of the textbook, the 2 ones that aren't required, would you recommend that we get it in terms of concepts and understanding? Or what are they generally used for, I guess?
Great question. I'm glad you asked. So the blue book, the Graffin and Hales have out there. And I put the first 2 chapters online for you in case, for whatever reason, you're ordering a book and it won't arrive really quickly. You can, on Canvas, just download those first 2 chapters. Or if there's a problem, let me know, and I'll maybe I have to make the link live or something. But I intend you to be able to just download that. Statistical Sleuth is written by 2 guys at Oregon State, statisticians who are working with biologists a fair amount, crop scientists, that sort of group. The Graffin and Hales, they're British biologists who wrote a book that they think covers the stuff that they do as biologists. Sleuth will be a bit longer and it covers more material. Okay, so it's going to start a little bit earlier and go a little bit further than our blue book has in it. If you're aiming for grad school and you're more of a biological sciences person, getting Statistical Sleuth would be recommended. That's my suggestion. And the writing style is dramatically different. Our textbook, some students love the writing style. Most of them find it an acquired taste. Statistical Sleuth, also a bit of an acquired taste. This other book that I call the White Book sometimes, written by 2 guys in Texas somewhere, they write more to a general engineering and sciences audience. And so it's less biologically focused, but it's more equation oriented. And if you find in our textbook, again, the blue one, and then Sleuth, which I think the current version is green, if you find between those 2 books, it doesn't really match your style, but you really like books with equations. The Sleuth book is, Intro to Stat Methods and Data Analysis is a good choice. I would say if you're more in the engineering or physics or that area, you might want to consider that one as a second book. But the real answer is most students find just our textbook alone is fine. And if not, you can probably find a copy of one of the older editions of those others online pretty easily in PDF form. And you could just read along in approximately the same section, like by name. If we're talking about multiple regression and correlated explanatory variables, you can find that by looking in the multiple regression section of each of those other 2 books. And if you don't like any of those, or you want yet another suggested reference, I'm happy to provide that as well. Did that answer your question?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Do you want to follow up on it at all?
No. Thank
Okay.
you.
I saw someone else's hand was up, but I didn't make a note of who it was, and now it's down. But I'd love to answer it.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just wondering if what's your recommended way we take notes? Because you said not on a computer.
Oh yeah. Paper? Pencil? Maybe pen? Maybe that's a very flippant answer, and I apologize for that. But the real answer is students in studies of how well do students actually do on the test. If students aren't told what to do and they just take notes in whatever way feels best to them, that's one group. Second group is they're told to take notes and please use pencil or pen and then paper. Group 3 was please take notes, and if you don't already have a method of taking notes that you prefer, please use the computer. It's just, type out stuff. And it turns out that students in that don't take notes or were not assigned into one of the 2 note-taking groups, they did the worst overall because some of them didn't choose to take notes or maybe didn't even bother trying to do it very well. The students who took notes on a computer did second best or second worst, but students who they wrote things out by hand, pencil and paper, they ended up with the highest exam scores. Again, when you randomly assign people into one of those 3 groups, if you say to people, take notes on paper, on average, they do better.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The theory really is and this is I guess, hypothesis, and it's in education research, and you can't really prove it, but the hypothesis really is when a person's trying to figure out how to quickly write down the equation, how to use it, or the context it would be used in, and why it makes sense, plus also jot down a few other things, they're processing in their brain and summarizing what they're hearing, and you have to edit it down and summarize, because you can't write out as quickly as you would want to everything that's said and written down on the board.
Got it. I was just
So
wondering, like, are you gonna post your slides as well? It's just
great question. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have a plan of that, but oh yeah. I'm sorry. The ones that I used to show you, and then I write on them, or I write a side next to it. Those are available for you to write on if you want to in PDF form.
got it. Okay.
But sometimes I add content of my own, and I'll take a screenshot and put that into Canvas as well.
Okay.
But my notes and what I provide will not be super organized. It's up to you. And I've thought about it at one point in time, assigning a student each day to take notes for the whole class and then email them to me. And then I could upload. So that way y'all feel the pressure of having to do a good job, you know? But I think someone would probably resent it if I made that as an assignment. But I know friends of mine have done that and they say it works out great. So if any of you volunteer all your notes to me, I'll put them online and everyone will benefit from your note taking. Anyone else?
Yeah, so we have 2 homeworks a week, and that would correspond to 1A and 1B, right?
About, yeah.
And A being like Monday, Tuesday, B being Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So in preparation for tomorrow's class, should we just finish up the videos and textbook for 1A?
I would say don't even worry about it, because this first day I planned on being super quick and then sort of doing some of the t-test, but it's not happening. So I'll adjust things, and tomorrow we'll be working on the t-test, and then you'll go ahead and have some homework on that. That will be due, I believe, on Wednesday. And then also a lab assignment that we'll be doing or starting on. You'll be in groups that you'll select yourselves. And then that's again due Wednesday, but you'll do it tomorrow, perhaps as early as right after class.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Cool. Okay, so send me an email, show up in office hours, or I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, except for perhaps who's it? Evan. Evan might be gone already, because it's I think 3 to 2 in the morning there. Was it Evan? No, I forget. Oh well.
Not me.
Yeah, I know, not you. And I'm trying
Thanks,
to remember.
Professor.
Yeah, enjoy your day. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Could you add me to the Canvas page?
Oh, did I not do that? I'm sorry.
It's not showing up. Maybe it just takes some time to load, but it wasn't.
I think I added you somewhere to something, but I'm going to go ahead and see exactly what it was. No, that is not the. Okay, there we go. And close that. Oh, damn it.
Do you need my email?
I will in a second. And
I will message.
I'm at
that
the.
to-
Oh, that'd be perfect. I'm going to. Okay, leave student view, because I, as a student, can't add someone. Add people, and then you are. Okay. You know what? The cut and paste did not work. And hold on. Okay, I'm going to take this call as sort of important, and I'll do this right away afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.